creation of the world by God. In the beginning, there was no life, and the earth was in a state of chaos. The waters of the abyss were dark and vast, and the Spirit of God was moving silently over the surface of the waters. It was this omnipotent deity who created all things, seeing the emptiness and chaos of the world. God was not pleased and said, "Let there be light to illuminate the earth and bring brightness to the world." And there was light, and the world was illuminated. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And thus there was a distinction between day and night. On the second day, God continued his creative work and said, "Let there be a dome in the midst of the waters, and let it separate water from water." And so there was a dome. God called the dome sky and was pleased with what he had made. In this way, the original form of the universe was initially completed, and there began to exist in the world. On the third day, God commanded the waters on the earth to gather together so that the dry land would appear, and thus there were vast oceans and fertile lands. God was pleased, and then commanded the earth to bring forth grass, plants, and trees, as well as seed-bearing vegetables and fruit trees. The earth came alive with vigor, a scene of flourishing prosperity. On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be lights in the sky to give light to the earth, one to govern the day and one to govern the night." And there were the sun and the moon. God also commanded the multitude of stars to be placed in the sky, and so the sky became beautiful and bright. A new day began, and God commanded, "Let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the sky." And so there were birds and fish in the world. Seeing the beauty of his creations, God was well pleased and blessed the birds and fish. On the sixth day, God commanded, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals of the earth, according to their kinds." And so there were lions roaring, tigers growling, fellies buzzing, and cicadas singing, and the earth became lively. God thought that the creatures of the earth should be managed by living beings, so he created man and woman in his own image, from the dust of the ground, and gave them dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and all the animals that move on the earth. He also gave them fruit and vegetables from the earth to eat, and to the birds of the air and the livestock on the ground he gave grass. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And he rested. The Almighty God created all things in heaven and earth. On the seventh day, God completed his work of creation. Every animal and plant was created according to its kind, and the birds and fish were orderly. God breathed a sigh of relief and blessed the seventh day, sanctifying it as a holy day. And then he rested.